I love that drama with Alfredo and Chelsea. You know, Barb, it reminds me a few years ago. I was in a hardware store and something broke in our house, and I'm sitting there looking at the shelves and trying to pick out a piece to take it back and repair something. And a guy walks past me. He had a big parka on, and he said, "Rosberg, I know who you are. Hire it done." And I thought, you know what? My reputation goes before me. You know, a lot of wives, you marry a guy that's a lot different than your dad. I mean, your dad could take a roll of duct tape and a Sears toolbox in the garage and put up the space shuttle or something. And then you marry a guy like me that just doesn't have those skills. When something breaks in our house, I just say, put it in the garage sale pile and let's get over this thing. But you know what? Regardless of expectations, when we step into a marriage relationship and you are anticipating that or you've been married for a while, you know what, you may kind of place an expectation that your spouse is going to be just like your parent or whomever it is that you're kind of placing on that person as that expectation. Yet we need to realize that when we get married, we can receive our mate as God's perfect provision to complete them. And you affirm their strengths and you even cover their weaknesses.
Absolutely. Here are a couple of things that we have learned both in our 35 years of being married and also coaching couples for many of those years. You can't change your mate. In fact, in Galatians it says this, that the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and other control. Or did I say that wrong? You can't change your mate. No, the fruit of the Spirit is self-control. And the only person I can change, it's not Gary. Even though I might be good intending and I might want to cover your back, it is not in the Bible. It says this, that we're called to allow ourselves to be changed and to experience the self-control of the Holy Spirit.
You know, we're all going to try to change each other, though, Barb. I mean, we've been married 35 years, and I know there are things you would love to change in me. But I think when a marriage is growing and you look at those personality differences and those different expectations, you honor each other when you allow the problems to come to help cover that other person, to encourage that person, to bless that person, to really cover that other person's back.
And yet, you know, when those differences really show up, it's during stress. They're magnified. For instance, when we get under stress in our home, it can become a real struggle for us. You may become very quiet and want to solve the problem, whereas I may become more emotional and expressive and dramatic. But just about the time I get silent and I withdraw, that's when you get very talkative. You want to share it with everybody. And it's amazing how similar we are, but it's in those differences under stress that they're exaggerated, and it can be really hard on our marriage relationship. Now, if you've been through this and you're thinking, I married the wrong person, maybe we weren't supposed to get married, that is a lie from Satan. It's not true, because those differences are what expand you to complementing one another, becoming one, and it's a journey, as Gary said, of covering one another's weaknesses.
I think the bottom line is we are different. And you know what? If we were the same, one of us might be unnecessary, and we'd prefer that not be the husband in this deal, okay?